I've spent the last few days with You by Underscores, and yeah, there's a lot going on here. Like, a lot. And still, I can't fully decide if this is a really good album or just a really well-made album. This is actually my first time listening to Underscores properly. I mean, I've heard of them, but I have never really listened to that much of them. And honestly, I think I'm a #1 fan already. Welcome back, you're with me, I sister. You is a 9-track album running just over 30 minutes, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of appreciate at this point. Every now and then you get albums pushing 20 tracks and I just don't have the energy for it anymore. I'm old, I'm getting old. The main thing with this album is just how dense it is. Most of these songs feel like they've got multiple things happening all at once. Different genres, different textures, constantly shifting. From a production standpoint and almost sound design, this is the strongest part of the album. There's loads of details, transitions, switch-ups, little moments that just keep everything moving. There's sounds here and there that just really grab your attention, a bit of an audio delight. Nothing sits still for long, and you can tell it's intentional. It's not messy in a careless way. Unlike her previous albums, this one feels so strong and focused. Listen to the track Tell Me You Want It. You've got that dubstep influence straight away, which runs through a lot of the album, which I hear was a big influence on her music anyway, but it's everything layered that makes it work. You've got what sounds like her breathing acting as percussion, this bouncy bass underneath, and these really glitchy, over-processed vocals which sound kind of delightful. It's very early 2010s dubstep, which for me is like, I can take it or leave it. But here, I think it really works. And then the last 30 seconds just turns into hard techno. Why not? I wasn't expecting it, but I love it. And it's moments like that where this album feels at its best, but it's also where I have a few issues. Because everything feels like it's constantly changing, it doesn't give ideas enough chance to land, right? There are moments where the track feels like it's building up on something quite strong, and then it just moves on. There's such good ideas here and there, but I kind of just want it to last a bit longer. You get that again on the track Music. It starts with this heavy, almost mechanical bass, and then shifts into something more R&B, and then suddenly you get trance. And I actually quite like the combination of all of these together. It's really interesting, but I don't think they always come together quite harmoniously. I love the effort and, you know, the goal to do it, but yeah, I think some songs work, some songs not quite as well. Lyrically, the album feels quite self-reflective. A lot about heartbreak, confidence coming out the other side stronger, maybe a little bit cocky. But it really works here, especially with the music. It all fits quite seamlessly. The atmosphere feels really polished. It has this artificial feel about it, almost like it's designed to grab your attention, and it really does. And whilst I say it's artificial, it's still in a good way. There are a couple of weaker moments on the song for me though. For example, the song Peace. It has a very Imogen Heap flow to it. It's her vocals alongside these chopped vocals acting as like a rhythm or percussion or whatever, and it's quite jarring. I find it quite hard to listen to. And the song Innuendo, it feels a bit more flat compared to everything else. Not as exciting, not as many things going on, and it's only until the end that I really start to get into it. Alongside all these hopped up brain dance tracks, you do have a few slower ones. Again, I'm feeling some more Imogen there with that build up to the chorus. Even when we get to the heavier ending, it still feels really trancey and euphoric and really just kind of nice. Onto the last few tracks and things start to pick up again. Do It is a good example. It starts off quite chaotic and then it shifts into something more R&B 90s feel. It really shouldn't work, but it does. And then you have the track Wish You Well. You have these glitchy vocals again, acoustic loop. Very 90s, almost house influenced here. Overall, a decent track to end on, although I will say that fade out on the end, just why? I hate fade outs so much. Overall, I do love this album. I think it's very well produced. It's full of creativity. There are those moments that feel slightly jarring, whilst there is a lot going on, and I do love that. The album is filled with these lovely audio extras. They not only add to the track, but they build this atmosphere that I think she's trying to create. So does it actually work? I would say 90% of the time, hell yeah. It's consistently interesting and it's kept me focused the whole time. So all in all, I think I would give this album an 8.5 out of 10. But yeah, let me know what you think on this one, because I think it's going to land differently depending on the listener. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought down below. Likes, comments, subscribe, whatever you like. And hopefully catch you on the next one. Appreciate it very much.